Hi everyone, welcome to our digital living room at AV Master. I'm Aviat Cohen, and today I have the honor of having Lukas Niegołowski, Channel Manager for Central and Eastern European region at Barco.
Good morning, everyone.
Hi.
Good morning, Avred, and of course, good morning to all the AV Masters readers.
Thank you. And Dani Zizov, AV Department Manager at Eastronics. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Aviad?
I'm doing wonderful. This is a very good opportunity because the reason we got you here today in our converged digital space is that we're looking at post-pandemic now and all the sad and scary prophecies of no more offices and no more anything. And we're actually meeting, those are pretty much not true, sad, happily. So we're more looking at a hybrid way of working, meaning somewhere in the middle, or 70-30 or 60-40 work distribution, or 80/20. And looking at the hybrid way of working, seeing a lot of companies and customers either reacting or adopting or tweaking. And it's interesting to see Barco from that perspective with the CX and C product line. And I would be more than happy to pick your guys' brains to see how do you see this past 18 months, and who wants to take the first question? So that would be new office workspaces and how they change and how you adapt. I think Lucas looks ready to take the first one.
Of course, I can take it. Thank you so much for the question. So, yes, true. A lot of things has changed. Hybrid became a new way. So let's say new standard. So there's no going back. We will have hybrid for us, let's say, for long years, or even let's say forever. When you ask the question about environment, how it was changed, briefly I can say, for example, in the past years we have seen a trend that small and huddle meeting rooms has been created. But right now, because of COVID, because restrictions, because of social distance, we see more and more medium and large meeting rooms to be used, or let's say refurbished. So that's, let's say, a trend we see. And of course, when we talk about hybrid, we need to talk about two product lines which Barco introduced. So first of all, this is CX. So this is the video conferencing, which is advanced solution. You can wirelessly connect to any conferencing system in the meeting room, or of course to any type of USB AV peripherals like mics, speakers, or cameras. It's very agnostic. That means whatever application or even web-based application you're going to start from your laptop, that means it will work. So what we want to say, it's easy of use, which makes hybrid more intuitive, almost as face-to-face meetings. And as we know, after isolation, after months of being working remote, people are seeking contact. They want to go back to the offices. So this is a very cool and good response for that employees' needs. And then, of course, we have C-Line, which is present range. And that's exactly the product for people going back to the office, because people can connect their own devices wirelessly without any cables, any connectors, to any type of touch screen, normal screen, projector. And then, of course, they can share content on many ways using our ClickShare application, or, for example, a button. Or if they want to use any type of native protocols like Miracast, AirPlay, and Google Cast, everything is there for them. So not only we want to have good response for hybrid meetings, but then, of course, for people going back to the offices, to make sure that they feel productive, that they feel engaged, we have C product line.
So a small follow-up question. I know that the ClickShare has been there for 5, 6, 7, 8 years, maybe more.
9 years.
9 years.
9 years as a product. CX product line has been launched just before COVID. So we can clearly say that as Barco, we are not only innovator, but also foreseer. So that means we have already predicted that hybrid way of working will exist. And COVID was a kind of, let's say, catalyst for that. So right now we see the change really happening. Even Microsoft is saying that within 2 months we made a change of 2 years. That's rapid.
That's impressive.
That's quick.
Yeah. Danny, I have a fast one for you. Lucas, after that, I'll go back to the data that I know you prepared. How was the CX and C series product line accepted here in Israel? Because you and I share the same physical space, not here right now, but same
in the
country.
market. Yeah. I think the reactions from the market is mind-blowing and amazing. Everyone that came across this product in our demo or purchased it or saw it somewhere with the customers was amazed of the ease of use and the quality. This is an amazing product. It's one of the most amazing products that I've ever introduced, and I'm working with it on a daily basis. And I think the reactions is crazy. And I think we're doing very good with this new normal, even during the COVID. So we are very happy with this product portfolio.
Thank you. Lucas, some data. I know Barco does some market research. What does your data show, and what, in general, and just in a summary?
As a summary, the clear message is people are going back to the offices. Hybrid way of working is a new normal. So that's the essence. When we talk about measurements or research, we can show a couple of things. First of all, if we look on Google Mobility Index, it is showing us how that people are commuting to the office, and that means this trend is increasing, using bikes, motorbikes, using trams, subways. So that means people are using it during the rush hours. So that means we clearly see the trend going back. And then, of course, if we look on Barco research, which we made, we have clearly seen a couple of trends. First of all, is growing optimism. That means people see that people are vaccinated. There is less COVID, less infections. That means the way of, again, face-to-face meetings is more possible. Then we have a meeting barometer, which clearly shows us how people are happy with meetings. In 2020, it was plus 17. This year is minus 25. So that means that also means people are somehow, let's say, struggling with VC calls. Why? Because maybe they have not been fully trained. Maybe they are only using basic features, and also maybe they are just seeking contact, which gives us another trend, and trend is better engagement. So that means people want to feel that they are a part of the team, they are not far away from head office. That means they are able to get information, they are able to be more engaged, less destructive when we talk about remote, and of course they want to feel that they are making decisions. And then of course we have two trends which are somehow related with each other, but also very interesting and important. One is laptop-centric, which means that VC calls mainly are started and made with laptops. This is 56%. Only 19% of VC calls has been started with in-house equipment, and around of 18 with mobile phones. And then the last one, which is probably critical and crucial, is employee-centric. In the past years, we've seen company-centric trend. So that means company was choosing equipment, software, applications, and then the employee was using it. The last trend is employee-centric environment, which clearly shows that in the past years, it was company-centric. So company was choosing equipment and applications. But right now, because of COVID, because people have been remote, left alone at their own premises, they've been able to choose and make their own decisions about equipment, like speakers or cameras, or for example, applications, because they like colors or let's say layout. This clearly shows that at the moment when people will go back to the offices for hybrids, companies will need to adjust, understand the changes, and understand the needs of employees. Then everything will go perfect. So this is extremely important and very clear message to all office managers or people who are responsible for meeting rooms. And of course, also this is a clear message to our distributors and resellers, because they also see those changes and they need to also not only accept that, but they need to educate potential end customers.
You know what I see and I hear. These are a lot of insights, and it's first of all, it's encouraging to see that companies are actually slightly modifying, like you guys did, and preparing ahead of time. There is another very nice manufacturer that I like working with, has that same perception, and I think he's one of your alliances. I'm not going
Yes.
to mention their name, but they're one of my favorite interviewees. Um, but it looks like Barco is using it's like a hub or a core in every environment, hybrid way of working. And when we spoke, you said this is the company's perception towards partners and distributors as well. And and it's interesting. And Daniel, you're a guy. You're one of them. It's a great thing to
Very proud
see.
of, yeah. We
So
are
how
very proud
does
of, yeah.
how does
We're
I'm
very
sorry.
proud of representing Barco, yeah, for for the for whole portfolio. We are very proud. I think besides having Barco's shirt and the hat, I think we're as good as the next guy. Very proud. This is, I think, the best manufacturer I've ever represented, and I've represented quite a few, as you know. So this
Over
is
the
a
years
high-end
that has
premium. Yeah. This is a premium approach. I think in the Clickshare, if you take a look from the side, this is. But basically, Barco invented the market. I think Clickshare was the first one to talk about collaboration. So these guys are a leader. Not only started with the first projector on the planet, just now, they are making quite a few moves. And this is an innovative company and a company of engineers. So very proud of having them on our side.
so
Thank you for kind words, Danny, also.
Danny and Lucas, one final summary. So when I spoke of partners, meaning you let all other vendors play along as they go and use you guys as a hub, and I'm guessing that works with partners as well.
Yep.
Correct. When we talk about hybrid, and of course, when we talk about CX product line, this is product line which cannot be, let's say, also sold alone, because as you said, it's a solution. So it's a kind of, let's say, hub. So that means, again, I'm referring what you have said, David, before. We are working with cool, experienced alliance partners. Can I mention some names in here?
Yeah, this is the floor is
So
yours.
Polycom, Logitech, Nureva, Aver, Hadley, those guys bring hybrid meetings with us to the next level, because we all as vendors understand that there is no going back. New way of working is hybrid. So together we can bring a specific excellent solution for end customers, especially for the hybrid meetings, but of course also for meetings which will more common be happening, so face to face. This is the reason we work together with Dani. So this is my key experienced distributor on Israeli market. And of course, we have a channel of partners. And we are very happy also to meet up and talk with partners who also wants to work with us. So maybe there are some guys which we are not yet in touch with, still possible. But what I want to say is we have great product, we have great distributor, and we have a lot of customers which together with us are more productive and more happy to have or hybrid or face-to-face meetings in their premises.
And if I can add on top of this one, of what Lucas said, I think the fit from Barco with Eastronics is absolute, because Eastronics is on my department is of course handling the AV department, of course, on a daily basis. But on top of that, we have the access to the IT market. We are having also very good success and very good opportunities in the IP market, and Eastronics is a well-established company in this category also. So we're having a very good representations like Intel, etc. So I think this is one of the keys to success. And just every more from the Barco support side, I think the training programs that they carry for the dealers and resellers and integrators is exceeding my all expectations. That they give very proper and detailed training and very big success with this one also. So I think this is apart from how we managed to push this product forward.
So I'm very happy to hear all that. You know, a partnership, innovation, collaboration, the hybrid way of working. Guys, it has been an absolute pleasure of having you both in my digital living room. Danny, I might take you up on a follow-up on a more in-depth on either the CX series or C series. You have to better prepare for that interview because we're going to go in-depth. And
Yeah.
Lucas,
I'm here.
hoping to see you soon, face to face, perhaps
Indeed.
for a beer or something. And guys, have a wonderful rest of the day. And
Yeah.
great having you here at the AV living room.
Lucas, I'll take you up on the beer, so you have to prepare Jordy your next visit in Israel shortly. So
Correct,
Yeah.
Danny. So again, thank you so much for having me here. Also, it was a pleasure to have a morning coffee with all of you. So thank you so much again for having me here. All the best to AV Master readers and Danny and AV. It was a pleasure. And again, for sure, we will see each other face to face.
Yeah. Thank you very
Goodbye.
much. Shabbat shalom, guys.
Shabbat shalom.
Thank you.